Bad Willie Slimmons was totally depraved, crippled, 2 decrepit arms, no elbows, and only 1 gnarled finger had he.
It's better, yeah.
His dupeless arm, the left, appeared to be a vast uncut wiener on the droop. Of regular use to him was his 18-inch Jim Bowie, an Arkansas toothpick, what's called, that a Danville man customized with a leather strap and finger hole through the handle. Bad Willie buckled it to his wrist with his teeth. And when he did this, folks, he had to make sure to pull the strap with his molars on the right side of his head face. The other teeth, few, were loose and liable to fall out of his head, face, mouth region. Overall dental looseness caused by negligence, caused by this rascal's chemical habits. Bad Willie liked to doll his knife up in a man's gore. Civilization won't allow you to do that too many times, as you know. But Bad Willie found 2 ways to work around that. 1, by threatening people with the knife. 2, by introducing the knife into the sex act. He did not cut the collaborator down during his sex act most times. He merely pointed the blade at his collaborator and yelled at his collaborator. Not to say that that kind of activity isn't hurtful to a collaborator, but it was inevitable that the occasional collaborator would sustain nicks and scrapes, for gentle coitus was not a part of Bad Willie's vocab. Well, until he and Wang got together. Let me tell you about that time they got together. Pa Wang, the manager there at the Star, was driving a mock Delywoods, and Eliza the checker was up front counting out her drawer. The doors weren't fastened, though the Star was technically closed, as it was 8:09 p.m. Bad Willie came in unbeknown, fresh from Danville. Remember, friends, a customer has to go in. Bad Willie camped out there by the freezer and thought about what he might like to eat. Liza got her done and went home. Wang got her done, put the mop in the corner, and walked physically to the front of the store to make sure about like locks and lights and so forth. Got her closed down, and then he was about to go home when it was Bad Willie Slimmons in aisle 6, squinting into the white light of the freezer. Like an old fool bent angel he looked, thought half Wang. But Bad Willie was not pretty. He was a homely, crooked mouth breather for sure. On the other, Wang was a damn handsome man for his part. One of the best looking in town, many said. Built like a hockey referee with a well-structured and looked-after moneymaker, gentlemanly tendons, nice eyebrows, and all that, a whole package. Many individuals in Henrytown hoped that they might collaborate on old Wang sometime down in the future. Wang noted as he drew up Bad Willie's handicap. He goes, "Can I help you find something, sir?" Bad Willie splattered on the glass door of the freezer when he talked. "It's between meatloaf and chicken breast right now," he said. "Ah, tough choice," Wang said and smiled. He stood by, assuming his presence and the fact that all the lights in the market were out would cue this guy in that it was time to go. And it was clear in Wang's mind that Bad Willie was on something. "You be eating these ones?" Bad Willie splashed at one point as he bent his neck and made an eyeball at Half Wang. Half Wang says he likes a healthy choice, frozen meals. Bad Willie leered at Wang. "You be working out?" Bad Willie presently squared up and looked. I won't tell you whether or not the crippled man's gaze lingered longer than it should have on the other's breadbasket. That's going to remain top secret, but here's a hint. Would I have mentioned it had it not? Bad Willie's brain did some activity, communicated with the body capsule. A thoroughgoing report on what one would have seen on a journey into the Bad Willie's front left trouser pocket at that time would have to include the word movement. The autonomic nervous system performed its office. Corpora cavernosa, look out! Bad Willie had some thoughts, and his mouth filled up with even more spit. You can believe it. And then his head moved forward 9 centimeters. Hao Huang wondered on the side, what does it mean to want to hold this man down and study his little arms and his finger? I'd like to try gripping his arms and his finger tightly and then loosely and kind of see what the difference is. It would be for science. I will make notes about him in my journal. Maybe I could take a shot at a poem, too. Willie got Healthy Choice brand. Since the registers were counted and Bad Willie couldn't pay, he said he'd come back the next night to do so. Hao Huang agreed to those terms, and the next evening Bad Willie turned up at the Star and got even more Healthy Choice brand and paid via debit card. Hao Huang let Liza go early, and then Hao Huang and Willie went for a bunch of coitus in the back office. It was heavy duty, but Willie brandished his knife not. Hao Huang did his gripping experiment, and it was great, but remarkably, he did not go on to record those findings in his journal. Cramped but organized accommodations back there. Everybody did all right. Stand-up beads, mostly.